All right, so welcome to our February new coach training or new coach kickoff call for our team, Team Living Fit. If you are brand new, which most of you probably are if you're on this call, welcome to our team and welcome to our call. And sorry if I look a mess and sound a mess. I'm not feeling the best today, but we're going to make the best of it. I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you guys can follow along. Let's see. All right, so tonight's call is going to be just how to kickstart your business. You have all decided to make the leap to join our team, which we are so excited for you, and we want to help you, just give you a bunch of information that's going to help you. Those of you, I know there's so many of you who are ready to hit the ground running. You're ready to continue to work on your journey, but also start to help inspire and invite others to do this with us, because that is how we are able to help others, is by sharing what we do and inviting others to join us on this journey, whether that be to join our challenge groups or boot camps, same thing, or join our team, or both. But that is how we get people started. That's how we start to help others. Just like whoever brought you on board, that person is helping you impact your life. And now it's just basically paying it forward, duplicating what you're learning and paying it forward to then invite your people to join us. So on tonight's call, if those of you who don't know me, maybe if you didn't sign up directly with me, my name is Leticia Dominguez, and I am the founder of Team Living Fit. Been a coach now for 5.5 years. So Team Living Fit started with me back in April 2013, and I was an elementary school teacher when I started. I taught kindergarten and I taught first grade, and I like to say that because probably most of you on this call have your full-time job, and so I built this business to what it is now. I now do this from home full-time, but the first almost 2 years I juggled both, being a teacher, a full-time elementary school teacher, working 50 to 60 hours a week. And I built this business in pockets of time and borrowed time. So I like to say that way, so that just to prove that it's possible to build this business working 15 minutes here, 30 minutes there, working in just brackets of time, and really working hard on time management, maximizing and just being really effective with a little free time that you have. But it is possible. Most Beachbody coaches who are now working this full time, who you now maybe follow on social media and are super successful, most of us started with juggling both our full-time 9 to 5s and then building this little side gig on the side when we could in part-time hours. And when I set out to join, to start coaching, that was my only goal, was to just really have a part-time job that I didn't have to really go and find a part-time job, that I can work when I wanted, how I wanted, wherever I wanted. And this fit perfectly. And it was a blessing to be able to even just bring $50 extra a week when I first started. 100, and then it started to grow to $100 extra a week, $200 extra, but it just started with really small goals. Honestly, my first goal in the beginning was to just make about $150 a month, and that was to get my Shakeology basically paid for, which was the investment that I was making monthly on me and my health, which I didn't mind at all. But if I could earn back that investment, and we were in over $100,000 in debt, we were living paycheck to paycheck. As teachers, we don't make money, we do it because we love it. And so again, just even $50 that I was earning a week in the beginning was a huge blessing for me and my family. And it was $50 to maybe a lot of people might seem like a very little bit, but to me, 50 extra dollars back then was huge. It was a break and make us kind of thing, and it was a huge blessing. And my goals were small, like I said, so it worked perfectly fine with my goals. My goals were small, and so what I was earning was smaller. And then with time, my goals grew and my income started to grow. And that's when I decided that I was gonna, one day, I didn't know how long, I didn't care how long, because this was just adding value to my life, but I knew that one day I was going to want to retire and leave my teacher career and do this full time. So my goals started to get bigger and I started to sacrifice more time, but that was completely up to me when my goals changed. That's the beauty of this business, is that you decide what your goals are. You decide how little or how much income you're wanting to earn. You decide when you want to earn emerald and diamond and all those rank advancements, which mean basically promotions. It is all up to each person. No one decides that for you. You run your own journey at your own pace. That's the really cool thing about this. So anyways, Jennifer is going to help me also run this call. Jennifer Dixon, she's been on our team for almost 2 years. In May, it'll be 2 years that she joined as a challenger first, and then later, a little bit later on, she wanted to start helping others. So she's going to kick it off for us and go into what is your first thing, our number one job as coaches. Jennifer, you there?
Yay. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hi everyone. Happy Tuesday. I keep thinking it's Monday, but it's not Monday, it's Tuesday. I'm so excited to be on here. Like Leticia said, I joined May 28th or 29th of 2017. That was my very first, or it was the day before my very first boot camp, my very first challenge group. So I'll never forget that. And that's why I joined. I actually was following Leticia on Instagram when I didn't even know really what Instagram was, because I was really new to it, and saw her on there and was looking for something to change a lot of the results that I was not getting on my own. So I reached out to her, joined the challenge group, and that's really how I got started. I never had any plan to coach. I really didn't have any expectations about the programs, the challenge groups, having a coach, the superfoods. I really had zero expectations because I had never heard of it before, ever. All I knew is that I had been going to the gym and trying to lose weight for about 5 months or so and had not seen any results. And I was trying to lose the 30 plus pounds that I had gained after just a traumatic time in my life. And so I really wanted something to help me with that. And what I was doing wasn't working. So I love the fact that I started as a challenger, because I think it really exposed me to what is this opportunity in terms of the total solution, the products, the programs, BOD, superfoods, having a coach, having a challenge group, and a really positive accountability experience. Because prior to that, my journey with health and fitness was very negative, very full of shame and guilt and frustration. So just having that total experience really changed everything for me. And I mention that because whether or not you started in a challenge group first and now you're becoming a coach, or even if from the very first moment you knew you wanted to coach using these programs and products, the first job is the same. And that is to work on you with the programs and products. Because if you work on yourself using all that we have to offer, you will not help but fall in love with them. And then when you fall in love with them and you begin to understand the power of how they all work together, and you begin to experience the benefits of them in your own life, then not only can you talk more authentically about it and be able to share your story and what it's done for you, but you just have more kind of power behind you when you're talking about them, because you really do have a passion for what you're doing. And that's really what I'm really big on, is being authentic, being able to share. Nobody wants to feel like they're selling anything unless that's your job and you're very comfortable with selling. I'm not. I'm a nurse by background and education, so I'm much more comfortable with helping, caring, giving, nurturing, all of those kinds of things. And so my business is really around that. So the first thing you do is just work on you. So getting to know the products means that You are in a challenge group, so everybody should know what challenge group they're getting into this month, or they started it last month. So BOD is going to be a program or a product that you will get used to. You'll want to scan through that, get used to what it has to offer, see all the program materials that come with every program. They're amazing. There's a Shakeology program in there. There's Fixate, a recipe program. So many things to offer. That in and of itself is just priceless. Then you want to get used to the products that you're using. So did you get Shakeology? Did you get the supplements, the pre-workout and post-workout, the performance packs? Are you using those on a daily basis? Only when you begin to use them on a daily basis will you see the benefits, enjoy the benefits, and then begin to have that story about what it's done for you. The other product that people don't think of as a product, but it is, in my opinion, what sets it apart, is the challenge group and having the coach. I was going to the gym an hour a day without fail, 6 days a week. I was doing all sorts of nutritional things, whatever it was, you name it, I was doing it, and I got 0 results. So to me, the difference is the challenge group. The difference is the daily coaching, that positive support, that positive accountability that is not guilting you into working out, not guilting you to eating healthy, but providing you a very positive, safe space for you to develop and continue very healthy habits. So make sure you're in the challenge group. Make sure you're logging your workouts, your superfoods. Put that sweaty selfie in there. I know it can seem weird at first, but put it in there. You'll see other people's. You'll be able to like it. Share your struggles. Share your triumphs. You will find that to be just such a safe space, and it will motivate you and encourage you to keep showing up every day, because guess what? You're going to see people in there just like you. Busy moms, busy professionals, kids, moms taking their kids to and from practices, people getting up super early for work, shift workers who are working 12-hour shifts, night shift people. You're going to see it all. And you're going to be able to then see, you know what? If they can show up, I can show up. And you'll share ideas about how to get it done. And it'll just be such a positive experience. So the first thing you want to do is use all the products. Now, there is absolutely no way, and this is why Beachbody has a 30-day money-back guarantee. There's absolutely no way, in my opinion, if you are doing all of those things for 30 straight days, that you will not fall in love with it. When I did my first challenge group that May, it was actually June, I guess, of 2017, because we always start them at the end of the month. I saw more results in that 21-day challenge group than I had seen in 5 months before. Nothing special. I was doing 30-minute workouts at home instead of doing an hour at a gym. I was doing it in my bedroom, drinking my superfoods every day, which I told Leticia I wouldn't do past a month, past the one that came in my pack. But now I've drank it for almost 2 years now, every single day. And I followed the meal plan that came with the program. That was it. Wasn't perfect, but I was consistent. And I used that. Oh, and I checked into the challenge group every single day and got the coaching and the information from Leticia. Using the products, using the programs, following it is what is going to make the difference and going to help you fall in love with it. And all of those things are what is required in order to create a business, to build a team, and to just see what can happen from there. You can't skip this step. You can't think, I'm just going to get the information and then I'm going to recruit a bunch of people to join it and do a challenge pack. It doesn't work that way if you want long-term success. You want to be proof that the products work, and you're going to fall in love with it if you give it a chance. So if you've tried it before, but maybe you weren't 100%, I highly recommend for you to give it 100% and be more consistent as ever, and just enjoy the benefits that you get from that. That was first things first, I think.
Yep. Awesome. Okay. And so, yeah, that's your number one job, right? Hopefully that makes you feel a little bit more at ease. Like, You can do that. Our number one job is to work on ourselves and fill our cup first, so then we can then help others. And also sharing this. So just what you see, the person who inspired you to join this, when you see them sharing in their stories and their social media, now you want to do the same, because if that inspired you, the people who will eventually will start to join you will get inspired by the same kind of things. Of course, you're going to make it your own voice and add your own spin to it and add your own story and struggles in your own unique way, because we're all very different. But sharing on social media is huge, a part of what we do. The first huge part is working ourselves. The second part is sharing it so others can see us on our journey, and not waiting until the very end, but see us go through the days of the workouts and see us go through the highs and the lows and the good and the bad, and let them be inspired. And then whenever you start to invite, they will be watching you and want to join you. But our number one job is to work on ourselves, and then using social media kind of like a diary where you're documented. You know how you check in the Challenger Tracker app? We'll do the same thing in your stories on your social media, so people can see what you are doing, so they can go on this journey with you and see the changes, and not just physical changes, but all the changes that are going to start to come. And then you're talking to your friends and family members and coworkers, because the first people who are going to join you on this is people who already love and trust you and believe in you. And so those usually are our closest friends, family members, coworkers. And so you're talking to people as well, and then letting them know what you're doing and letting them know that you're on this new journey and it's exciting and you have an opportunity for them to join us as well. All right. So second thing, you should be a part of a few groups now. And with that being said, this can be very overwhelming, because it's a lot of information. It's a lot of groups. It's a lot of new things going on. So first thing is, don't be overwhelmed. You do one thing at a time. You take it one day at a time. Don't let it overwhelm you. And just remember, at the end of the night, when you go to bed, did you get your workout in? Check. Did you drink your Shakeology? Check. Did you show up on social media in some way? Check. Then cool, you did enough for that day. Everything else is a bonus, but you come first. So there are ways for you to mute. Like, I have no notifications on my phone. The only notifications I get on my phone are phone calls and text messages. And then if I'm in like a group strand text messages, I mute everything, because I deal with anxiety and I just can't be dinged and donged and become a slave to my phone. And I don't want the same thing for you guys either, because it can become very easy to let things overwhelm you. So turn off notifications for your social media, mute strands that you're in. But of course, then check whenever it's time for you to sit down and work your business. That's when you go into our Team Living Fit page group and you check everything that was posted that day, so you don't miss out on upcoming calls, upcoming events. I want you to stay plugged in, but on your terms and your time, when you're not being overwhelmed and you're not being pulled in different directions. Because maybe right now you're not getting a lot of bings and dings, but you will when you start to get more messages and social media starts to grow and all of that, which is a blessing. But you got to protect your mindset. You got to protect yourself as well. Anyways, there's a few things you should be in the Team Living Fit. That's our main coach group. There's always an event, the events tab. That's where you'll find calls and events. Then the cover photo, that's where you'll find our monthly calendar with groups that are coming up, trainings that are coming up, calls that are coming up, so that you can sit down with your calendar and always plan and strategize and see what's coming up, so that you can plan and strategize and be ready for things, and you don't feel like you're missing out, or you don't feel like you're always behind. Another tab that I want you to check out is the files section. I have a lot of files in there. Like, there's scripts that I use when I'm talking to people and I'm recommending, and I'm giving them the option of whether they want to sign up as a customer or discount coach. There's scripts on what I'm using currently right now with Transform 20. And all of these, there's tons of videos back there, and all our recorded calls are in there. And when you do come across scripts, just know that I always encourage you to tweak them and make them your voice. In the beginning, if you have to use them word by word, cool, as you find your voice and you start to change things up. But all that is there for you to use, so that you can, again, some people come in and they're ready to like start rocking this right away. So we want to make sure that we equip you with things that you can start to use right away. If you go to another one I like to point out is, you go to go to photos, and then you go to albums. There's a lot of graphics that I have in the album section that are challenge group pack prices. Like if someone's wanting information about AD Obsession, there's an AD Obsession one. Right now with Transform 20, all the Transform 20 packs are there in that album section. So yeah, it's all in there. If you're wanting to search something specific, there's a little tab there that you can use. Also on your phone, it's all mobile, the same thing, mobile friendly. Probably just look around different places. But let's just say you're looking for, if someone asks you, is Shakeology safe for breastfeeding? You can type in breastfeeding, and all the posts with that word will pop up. So just ways for you to work smarter and not harder. You're also a part of Team Living Fit. You should. If not, make sure you let your upline know. Team Living Fit new coach training. That one we just opened this month, changed it up to the word units. So make sure that there is a video when you go right in the group. It's the very top one. It shows you how to navigate through units. That's totally self-paced, and you do it on your own time, and that's why it's self-paced. But just know that what you put in, you get back. And if you're wanting to quickly grow this business, then you go through that quickly. If you're wanting to go slower, you go slower. Again, all on your own pace. But all that is in there. And the same thing in the new coach training group that you're a part of. Check out the files section. There's lots of really helpful files in there. Make sure you go through each assignment. And in the introduction video, I do say, make sure that each one has a homework assignment. Make sure you're commenting in the comments and tagging your coach so we can know you're doing these homeworks. And so if you have questions or whatever, we can step in to help you as well. And then also, the next thing is use your resources. So those two groups are very important. You'll find tons of information in there, but then also the coach online office. When you signed up as a coach, you should have received a welcome email from Beachbody. In that welcome email, there should be, I think, a link to where it takes you on a back office tour, and you get to see what the back office is. That's where our business is at, really. That's where you see if you have new customers, if you have new coaches, what you're getting paid for, what you're getting paid the following Thursday. Everything is in our back office. Coach FAQ is a really good one. For me, I'm huge on Google. GTS, right? Google that shit, and YouTube. That's where I learned a lot of things. So even in the new coach training group, what we cover is going to be like the bare minimum. But there's so many YouTube videos out there from other top coaches in the network. So for example, if you have a question on how to run effective challenge groups, get on YouTube and type in Team Beachbody. I always put in Team Beachbody so that it can come up with all of the videos from other coaches, how to run good challenge groups, or Team Beachbody, how to get to Emerald rank, or Team Beachbody, best tips for IG stories, Team Beachbody, best tips for how to grow my social media. The Beachbody Network, the coaching network, has been around for 10 years now. So if you have a question, if you want to know more about something specific, especially like social media, because that's how we grow our business on social media, there will be so many really good videos out there for you to watch and just dive more into. I put a lot of it, I put everything in the new coach training group. I put that you guys need to know, but again, it's just the bare minimum, but there's so much more information out there from different coaches, different things. So make sure that you are doing your best to be just resourceful and taking a look at that. And then of course you have your upline, whether that be me or someone else in our team, to help you and guide you if you're still needing help with any of that. All right, so now Jennifer is going to quickly dive into 4 vital behaviors. It ties a lot into the first things first, so which I'll let her run through that.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to start with number 2 because, as she said, I already pretty much hit on number 1, which is to be proof the products work, which you can't help but be that if you are doing all the things that I mentioned before. Now, I will mention that transformations happen in so many different ways. So as you begin to share and connect and invite people to the groups, which is number 2, keep in mind that your story is so much more than pounds lost or inches lost. Those are great victories that you will see when you are consistent, but also there's so many other positive things that you can share about, like the transformation in terms of emotionally or mentally, if you are really enjoying the challenge group, or really enjoying number 3, the personal development, and that's included in all of it. Also, the benefits of having the positive support group in your fitness journey. If you're doing 2B mindset, for example, as your program or product, the changes that you've experienced in your relationship with food and helping you with emotional eating, stress eating, or any other negative relationship with food. There's all of these different things, and there's the reason why you chose to join, and then there will be the reason why you love it so much during these first few days, weeks, months as you get started. So keep that in mind when you go to do number 2, which is sharing, connecting, and inviting. Like Letty said, you don't have to wait to have some huge transformation to share and to invite people to do a challenge group with you. Matter of fact, most people who say that they took the leap to join, and think about this, if you are thinking about how you got started, the fact of what you like to see is that someone was consistently showing up every single day and enjoying the process or consistently attempting the process. They were just showing up, being consistent, being committed, and just being available. And that's what people are looking for. They want real life. Like, we are real life people, not fitness models, which used to overwhelm me on Instagram when I first got started. I am a 40-year-old mom of a 14-year-old son, very busy mom, single mom, and dog mom, and I'm trying to fit in working out and eating healthy, just like everyone else. And that's what people want to see. You have a story, you have a reason why this connected with you, and you're going to have a reason why it's working so well for you. So that's what you can actually share. And it's important to have those people with you in the group. How awesome would it be if in your first challenge group or your next challenge group, you have your friends in that group with you? I know if you're in Letty's group or another coach's group, hopefully there's other women in there, of course, with you, or other people in there with you. So you're seeing their sweaty selfies, you're seeing them check in, but you don't know those people, right? You get to know those people, which is really cool. But it would be really awesome if your best friends, your family who you know has been needing something in their life with health or fitness or nutrition, were in that group with you and experiencing it together. It is no different than when new restaurants open up here in Dallas and I text Leticia and I'm like, hey, you want to go there for brunch on the weekend? I've heard really cool things about it. I really want to go test it out. I want to go have the tacos. I want to go have the margaritas, whatever it is. I don't want to go by myself, of course. I want someone to go with me. Or if there's a really neat show that's coming up, like I saw this comedian was coming to town and I've been wanting to see her. So I texted a group of friends and was like, hey, does anybody want to go to this? Like, I'm not going to buy a ticket for one person and go by myself. So it is literally the same thing. You can just message your friends, message your family and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. You share why you decided to do it, why it resonated with you guys. I shared why I did it. And you just say, you know what? I've never tried it before. I think it's going to be pretty cool, but I would love the accountability. And I think it would be something that would benefit XYZ that you've been talking about too. Do you want to do this with me? That is literally all you have to say. And your coach will help you with, like Leticia said, the challenge, where the challenge pack information is, how you get them signed up on Share a Cart, which is super easy. It's like 2 minutes to get the order entered. And then they finish it and then they get into the challenge group just like you did. And now you're in there together. And you can also then cheer each other on. So, don't overcomplicate it. It's very simple, very easy. We do it all the time and make lots of other money for other businesses and other people to promote their things that are coming out. And so now this is promoting your thing and promoting something that benefits you and it will benefit them too. So that's number 2. Number 3 is personal development. Letty's really big on this, and she may share more on this or tag on to this. I know she loves to talk about it. But it is life-changing personal development. And it's really cool that this business has this incorporated into a vital behavior, because I've never worked for any other company or held any job that promoted for me to work on myself in this way. So not just physically, but also mentally. And 10 minutes a day can totally change your life. All of those little things that you do every single day adds up over time to make big differences. That is from my favorite book, which is The Slight Edge, which is very similar to The Compound Effect. There's also The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. There's Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. There are so many amazing personal development books. And the reason why they're important is because you're doing something different now, right? You're going to try something different. And anytime you do that in your life, it's going to be different. It's going to be new. You're going to face new challenges. You're going to face different challenges. And you can't just build yourself up physically and not work on your mental strength to handle and overcome and confront those challenges that you're going to have. Having challenges doesn't mean that something is bad. It means that you are literally living life, and you just need to be better prepared to tackle them and handle them. So personal development, number 3, super, super, super important. If you don't have a book, Letty will give you one to read, or provided you will tell you a really great one to get started. Number 4 really happens as you get going, and it's recognition. So as you invite people to do this with you, your friends, for example, if they're in the group with you, you know what? Liking their posts, commenting how proud of them you are goes a long way. We all love recognition. Kindergartners love it, and you know what? 40-year-old people love it too. We all love recognition. It doesn't go away. And so, you know what? Give people pats on the back, a quick text message, shouting them out in your story. You'll learn all of these different kind of ways that you can recognize people for really, giving their best, being consistent, supporting your business. But that'll become part of your business too as you get going. So number 1, be proof the products work. Make sure you have a program, a product that you're using. Share right away. Don't wait. You have a story to be told. Work on personal development. Pick a book. Get started. It can also be a podcast. Let me mention that too, because Letty will mention that. But it can also be podcasts. They're free. There's a million of them. Mel Robbins, Lewis Howes, Tony Robbins. There's a million different ones. It can also be Audible books. So if you have a long commute or you hate washing dishes like I do and you have to listen to something or you won't want to wash dishes, you can do that when you're washing dishes. Tons of ways to get in personal development. And then recognize little steps along the way. So there you go.
Perfect. Okay. So just really quick, I would like to use this example because I know I felt like this when I was a new coach, and a lot of new coaches sometimes say this is, I don't want to sound icky when I'm talking about what I'm using. I don't want to sound salesy, or they have like this fear of sharing what we're doing with others because of what that other person might say. I'll say this, the more that you genuinely fall in love with the products and you fall in love with your journey, the less icky it's ever going to be, because it's not icky. And so I'll just use this really quick as an example, and you might have heard me talk about this already. My hair, when I talk, people ask me all the time, that's like the number 1 question I get. Crazy, right? Because I'm supposed to be a health and fitness coach, but I get all kinds of questions about my hair. That's on social media and in person. And when I do, I light up. And I just start talking about Diva Curl and how much and I'm like, yeah, you need to get this and this and this and this, and it changed my life. Diva Curl pays me 0 money, not even 1 penny. I don't even have a discount with Diva Curl, yet I've sent hundreds of women to Diva Curl because I love Diva Curl and I genuinely believe in it, and it's changed my curls lives. If that's a thing, which is a thing, because that's big. And so that's the same thing. The same way I feel about Diva Curl, and I light up with passion and I share without ever feeling, I never feel icky when I'm talking about Diva Curl. I'm never like, oh my God, I shouldn't tell her because she's gonna think I'm trying to sell her on something. No, like I make no money with Diva Curl. Well, the same passion that I have for Diva Curl is the same thing with Beachbody, because the Beachbody's products changed my life in way more ways than Diva Curl, but like the passion and the love for the products is the same. So think about that. And then Jennifer mentioned this. You know, if you ever find yourself feeling, I don't want to be salesy, I don't want to be icky, well, don't. Like, just fall in love with these products and genuinely share them, because you wholeheartedly know what they did for you, what they're doing for you, and you, without a doubt, know that if you can help someone connect with a challenge pack, it's Beachbody On Demand plus supplements, you without a doubt know if that person goes on this journey and they give it their best, that person's life will without a doubt be changed. You'll never feel icky. You'll never feel salesy. You'll never feel anything other than you'll feel just really fulfilled and grateful that you have a gift that you can offer others, a gift that can change someone else's life. So if you ever find yourself feeling that way, and if you do, then that means you haven't fallen in love deeply enough yet with your own journey with the products. That is why our number one job is to work on ourselves, so that when you do talk about this, and you are, because you're going to want to share this with others, that person heals. You know, that person doesn't need to know all the answers. All that person needs to hear is your passion and why you love it so much and how it's changing your life. They don't need to know all the ingredients in Shakeology. They don't care about that. They care about you and your story. And then just one really quick on personal development, because yes, I am huge on personal development. If you choose not to do personal development, empower your mind, you will fail in this business and you will fail in your fitness journey. Like, it's that big of a deal, because we all have limiting beliefs. I know I get all the time. People see me now 5.5 years into this, and I get messages all the time. I wish I was as confident as you. I was not confident. I'm very shy. I'm actually a very introverted person. I've just learned with personal development, with empowering my mindset, I've learned to be an outgoing introvert. Or I get told, I wish I had your courage. I wish I had your confidence. I wish I had your motivation. I didn't have any of those things. If I wouldn't have decided to work on my mental strength, I wouldn't be where I am now. My business wouldn't be here. I would have probably quit, because we all have limiting beliefs. And those limiting beliefs will always be there. And they'll never let you succeed if you don't work on surpassing those limiting beliefs and breaking them down, because that's all there is. It's just limiting beliefs and things we've told ourselves our whole lives. Like, if it's like in your fitness journey, if you've always told yourself, like if you're big on self-sabotage, you know, if you're always told yourself X, Y, and Z of why you can be successful, that'll always be your case for the rest of your life if you don't work on that. Same thing in this business, and you will be required to get out of your comfort zone. Maybe right now you see me do things or share about things that maybe you're like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. You won't be able to do that right now, and you won't ever be able to do that if you don't work on and empowering this and working on your confidence, working on your courage, working on whatever it is that you need to work on to get to the next level. Okay. Your first goal as a new coach, that's really simple. And I dive more into this in the new coach training group. I forget what day it is, but it's in there. And I even give you not tons, but I give you different options of scripts that you can start to use now if you wanted to. So again, that's why that group is really important in getting that in the file section. But your first goal as a new coach is to just invite 3 people to do this with us. If you are my personally sponsored coach, my next boot camp, I'm going to start it on the 25th challenge group. I'm going to start it on the 25th, and that's going to be for Transform 20. So we're going to start prepping on the 25th. I think I've decided that we're going to officially start on the March 4th, just to give people a little bit more time. But so that means that you start inviting your closest friends and family members. And again, go into the file section of the Team Living Fit New Coach Training Group, and I give you some examples of there. But I go back to the Diva Curl thing, is you're just simply inviting people to do this with you because of what you're like, you know, what you're doing on this journey now. When you help 3 people, you earn what we call Success Club. So the goal is to help people connect with a challenge pack. A challenge pack is when they get Beachbody On Demand and either Shakeology or the performance line, which is Energize or Recover, or both. there's like the basic pack is either or. The deluxe, they get both Shakeology and the performance. And then if they want mega, then they get more things. So like for right now, Transform 20, if they wanted to do Transform 20 with us, then they would purchase their Transform 20 pack. Whatever it is that you purchase to join our challenge group, that's what you're going to recommend your 3 closest friends, family members, coworkers, because they want what you got. And if they don't want to do Transform 20 for whatever reason, maybe it seems too intimidating or just not their jam, then they can just do a Beachbody On Demand challenge pack. And the Beachbody On Demand, it's just Beachbody On Demand. They don't get any of the Transform 20 things, plus Shakeology or plus the performance line. So there's tons of options, but they all come with Beachbody On Demand. Why? Because Beachbody On Demand, they're going to have all the programs in the world to choose from. And so it doesn't really matter what they decide to choose. For example, my Transform 20 challenge group coming up, almost everyone will be doing Transform 20, but not everybody is required to do Transform 20. They can, if they want to do, if they need a more very, very beginner program, then I usually recommend like 21 Day Fix or something. So they don't have to do that program that we're all going to be doing. So when each challenge pack is worth 2 Success Club points. I like to call them changing lives points because that's what it is. Again, I talked about connecting that person with the gift that we have to change their life. 3 people, they each get a challenge pack. Each challenge pack is 2 points. That's 6 Success Club points. That is our goal as new coaches and always coaches. That is our goal as coaches, is to achieve Success Club 6 every single month, meaning you help 3 new people each month join your group. And if you are achieving Success Club, that means that you are first helping others. Second, you're making enough because we get a 25% commission from everything that we help people connect with, whether it's a challenge pack or not. You get 25% commission. So that means that when you help 3 people, you're going to get back pretty much the investment that you made to join our challenge group. So you're earning income, you're helping others, and you're moving your business forward. By hitting Success Club every single month, that's a really good indication that your business is moving in the right direction and that you are making progress, and the rest falls into place. I know that's what my upline told me when I first started. She's like, hit Success Club every single month. I didn't know what Success Club was, but I'm like, okay, I got to do what she's telling me. She's successful. I want what she has. And so I signed up April 21st. I didn't hit it in April because I took like those first 2 weeks to kind of learn, and not like, just like you're feeling right now, I felt like that too. But May, so 3 weeks later in May, I hit Success Club the very first time, May 2013. I have never, ever missed Success Club in the almost 6 years that I've been a coach. That means that every single month, the last almost 6 years, I've helped at least 3 new people every month. Why? Because I went into this to help myself, but then to help others. Now I'm hitting, of course, and I'm achieving like Success Club in the 80s and the 90s because 3 is a bare minimum. I never want to, I'm a very overachiever kind of person. It did start off that way in the beginning, but now I'm like, no, I'm going to help as many people as I humanly possibly can. But that is your first goal. And when you achieve it, when you achieve it in your first month, so your first month can be this month that you signed up in or the following month. Let's say you signed up in January. January could have been officially your first month, or February. And the reason they do that is because Beachbody knows that the first couple of weeks you're just like, it's information. And so you might not dive in right away to inviting people. So they make it to where it's either that month that you signed up in or the following month. So if you signed up in this month in February can be your first official month if you hit a Success Club, but so can March. After that, it's not considered your first month anymore. And when you hit it in your first month, you earn like a really cool call with someone on Beachbody Corporate. They're changing it up. Like each month they get someone really cool and they do an interview with. When you achieve it in the first 3 consecutive months, has to be the first 3 consecutive months, you earn your free ticket to Summit. Summit is our yearly Beachbody trip. You've following long enough, you've probably seen us when we go on this. It's always in the summer. Last year it was Indy. This summer it's going to be in Indy again. You get a free ticket to that. And we're starting something new on our team as well. Your leader, the person that you signed up with, those that earn success starters, meaning you hit Success Club in the first 3 months. So February, March, April, if you just signed with us, you also get a very, very special surprise gift. And we decided to start doing that because that's huge. for a coach to be able to, and not unheard of because it happens all the time, but it's huge because you're helping people right away. You achieve Success Club in the first 3 months as a new coach. It's a very special thing to do. And so we want to, other than the free ticket from Summit, we want, as your upline coach, we also want to reward you with something really special. And it's a surprise, so you won't know what you're going to get, but just trust you'll want it. But again, it has to be in the first 3 consecutive months of your new business. So if you don't remember when you signed up, or like always just reach out to your upline. Okay, so how you're going to do that? How are you going to achieve Success Club and help 3 people? By first committing to a challenge group. I already told you the date of mine. If I'm not your upline, reach out to your upline and find out the next date. And then start to invite people. Go into the new coach training group. Find that in the units, he'll say, help 3 people this month. And there I walk you through how easy it is to just start to invite people. And you're not going to invite just 3 people. I will say this, not everyone that you're going to invite. And if you're in my January strand, I showed you guys an example of a message that I got today from someone that first reached out to me in July. And now however months it's been since July, 6 months later, now she's ready. So do know that in the beginning, you are going to get told no. You might get told, you might get ghosted, meaning the person hasn't responded back to you yet. And there's a video in the new coach training group about this as well. That's completely 100% normal. You're just starting on this. People want to first watch you, and you have to earn your credibility with people, and they just want to watch and see what it is that you're doing. Is it going to work? That's why being consistent on social media, showing up every single day, is so huge in the beginning, but forever, because people want to see that you're in this. Like, this is the real thing, and this is not just another thing that you're doing and you're going to quit in a few months. And I get it. It's okay for people to be skeptical, because I was that person too. I remember I watched my upline, the person I signed up with, almost a year. And I was like, I was skeptical. And so it's completely normal for others to be skeptical. And whenever you do start getting told no or being ghosted or whatever, I want you to just remember how long it took you. How long did you watch your coach for? How long were you creeping from the sidelines before you made the leap? And so now put yourself in their shoes and understand that it's not going to take them however long it takes them. That's not in our control. We can just control what we can control. But anyways, do know that that is very normal. But also what's very normal is that now that I've been this almost 6 years, I now know that 9 out of 10 people who ever told me no or ghosted me always come back. Always. This person that I just used an example today, it took her 6 months of watching me for her to decide that she's now ready. And she actually did purchase her challenge pack right before I got on this call. Because I was watering that seed, right? Whenever I had that conversation with her, she told me no. Actually, she didn't even tell me no. She just ghosted me. She never responded to me. But guys, that's okay, because that seed was already planted. She was already thinking about it. You know, when you want to do something, but for whatever reason, you're scared, you don't have money, or you just don't know why you're just scared. Honestly, I think a lot of times we're just scared. We're scared of the unknown. We're scared if this is going to work or not. We're scared, especially if we know ourselves and we've already tried these many programs, these many diets, these many things before, and we quit everything. We are not, we don't trust. It's not that we don't trust the person that we're following. We don't trust ourselves. And that's really sad, but very true. Most people don't trust themselves that they can commit and actually stick with something. So for them to make an investment feels really scary, because they're like Leticia, I know you, girl. You've already tried Weight Watchers. You tried this. You bought that. You bought the Peloton. You quit everything. So we just talk ourselves out into those things. So anyways, 9 out of 10 times they do come back, but our job is to focus on what we can control. I cannot make her, like 6 months ago, whenever she ghosted me, I couldn't make her sign up with me. All I could do was continue to focus on my journey, showing up on social media, adding value to people's lives in some way, because that was me watering that seed. Well, every time she saw me in her news feed, I was watering that seed. Every time she saw me, my stories, I was watering her seed. Every time I shared my progress, I was watering the seed. Every time I shared progress from people in my group, I was watering the seed. And guess what? It took 6 months of me watering her seed, and today she bloomed. So that's going to be super normal. So again, that's why you don't talk to the bare minimum of people. Like if you want to have 3 people tell you yes, you're not going to talk to 3 people. You're probably going to talk to 30 people, because I'll say that probably if you talk to 10, maybe 1 out of 10 people right now, because you are so new, will say yes. So talk to many people, just start conversations with many people. We'll have a really good training from Jennifer actually too in that new coach training group on working behind the scenes. And I'm just starting conversations with people, because this is a people relationship business. And so we want to start conversations and just being human and talking to people on social media, and then eventually invite them to what it is that we're doing. But you have to talk to a lot of people and invite a lot of people, show up very consistently on social media, and understand that when you get told no or ghosted, it's completely normal. You'll remember, oh yeah, that's what Leticia said. She said, this is completely normal. So you're not going to get defeated. You're not going to let you get you down. You're not going to prevent it from you continuing to show up and you continuing to then invite other people. What you do is you bless and release, and you're like, okay, she's going to come back, and I'm going to move on to those who are ready to join me. All right. So the way that I work with my coaches, if you signed up personally with me, the first 3 or 4 months, I let you co-host challenge groups with me, boot camps, same thing, challenge groups with me. So I take on the responsibility of running the groups. The only responsibility you have is to just bring 3 people to join us. They sign up with you, you get the commission, you earn Success Club in your first month, and then they do this, and they join my boot camp. But you also have responsibility because they signed up with you. They have no idea who I am. They signed up with you. And so you are going to be, of course, logging in your workouts, your shakes, and then you're going to be commenting on your friends and cheering them on and helping with questions if they have questions, or I can help as well. The first 3 or 4 months, you're welcome to do them with me. After that, I do push you out of the nest. The quicker that you start to be independent and do this on your own, the more success you'll have. But in the beginning, I totally get it. It's intimidating. You have no idea what you're doing. You don't know what challenge group is. So, and even if you don't have people in our challenge group now, watch how I run them, take notes, shadow, save things. And that's really what challenge groups are. We're not experts. We're just all working together. Like, I never consider myself the expert, maybe a little bit more if I've been doing this more than other people, but I'm still in, a work in progress all the time. I'm still learning all the time. I see it more as we lock arms with each other, and we do this together with a group of women, which is really cool. We just help empower and motivate and inspire one of others, and give ourselves tough love when we need it and things like that. That's what a challenge group is. But first 3 or 4 months, yes, I want you to do these with me, but I also want you to bring friends and family members to do these with us. And then you will get pushed out of the nest and you'll start running this on your own, and it's really fun. Or you can always team up with other coaches as well. Don't have to do it on your own. You can always team up with someone else. But as far as I don't always want you to put your people in mind, because I want you to be independent and start doing your own. Okay. So your first invites, we kind of already talked about that, just sharing the inviting, using scripts in our files section. Go to that training, the new coach training group, where I give you just examples on how you start to talk to people and invite them to it. And what's up? Following up. Yeah. Another quick thing that I will add that I don't think I added in that video is a lot of people in the beginning and forever, the first thing they'll ask for is the price. How much is it? How much is it? How much is it? You never want to give the price. And the reason for that is because if you give them the price right away, that's all they see it as. They see it as a cost, as a price. They don't see the value behind it. So what I like to do is when people reach out to me and they want information, I kind of changed it now just because of where I was of where I am now in my business. But like in the first 3 years, when people would reach out to me and the first thing to say, how much is it? I would always say like, oh, yay, so excited you're wanting more information. Before I give you information, do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions so I can see if this is for you or not? So when you go get a gym membership or a personal trainer, they ask you a ton of questions everywhere you go. And the reason you want that is because you want them to tell you what their specific goals are. And I'll ask, like, what are your specific goals? Are you wanting to lose weight or pant sizes, or you want to just get fit and healthy? And then I also ask, what do you struggle the most with? And then I love this question. I'll just give an example. Is it nutrition? Is it having the time? So when they write back to me, they're telling me their specific goals and they're telling me what they struggle with. And the reason I want to know that is because if they tell me they struggle with time, and I say, oh my God, girl, this is going to be perfect for you then, because Transform 20 is only 20 minutes a day. Or if they tell me they struggle with nutrition, again, girl, me too. I'm the same way, which is why these meal plans have been a game changer for me, because I'm told what to eat and I'm told and what portions to eat. So you're not going to have to worry about that. Plus you get your superfood shake that also is going to help you. So whatever it is that their problem is, you want to tell them why your offering is their solution, but you can't know if you don't know what their goals are and what they struggle with the most. And just always remember also, like, you're talking to a best friend, because I get this a lot from new coaches too. It's like, oh my God, someone said this, but what do I say? Pretend you're talking to your best friend. That's why I'm always really casual in my conversations. Like I talk to them like, hey girl, how are you? Girl, let me tell you this. You're not, like an expert. You're just sharing again and even if you don't have the answers and you're not going to have all the answers, you're simply sharing what you're doing, why it's helping you and why it's going to help that person. And if you could see this conversation more as just a casual conversation with like what you would tell your best friend, that's going to help take pressure off, and that's going to help you sound more like a human and less like a robot, a scripted robot. Like, just be human. Use the voice option in stories. I'm sorry, in IG, what are they called? IG DMs. There's there's a voice message option. You can send videos. Like, just be the more human and just down to earth, just everyday person you can be, the more authentic it sounds to the other person. Okay, and I won't go into these last ones because I go into it in the new coach training group. But this one, your second goal. So your first goal is to help 3 new people, and they're each going to connect to the challenge pack so they can join our next challenge group. You earn Success Club. It's really huge. Your second goal is to achieve Emerald rank. An Emerald rank is the first milestone in your business, and I have a training in the new coach training group all about this, on what it is, how to get there, why it's important, and what it means. But basically it means when 2 people decide to join you and they want to sign up as a coach for either for the discount or because they maybe want to do this, when 2 people sign up with you, you become an Emerald coach. These 2 people do need to be signed up as a coach, but it could be because they simply just want the discount, not necessarily because they want to work this business. And there you are. You're an Emerald. Like, getting to Emerald is really simple. Helping 3 new people is simple. It's not I'm not saying it's easy, but it's simple. But so many times we overcomplicate things. I'm like, oh, what do we say? Am I ready to invite? What if I don't do the right things? What script should I use? Like, just remember, you're just human. They're human. And you're just sharing what you know and what you love and what's changing your life. And that's it. Like, we don't have to overcomplicate things. This can be very simple, which is why I have coaches. I've had coaches get to Emerald in their first week. I've had coaches hit Success Club in the first couple of weeks. Why? Because it's simple. You're using something, you're loving something, it's changing your life in the challenge group, and then you share that with other people. That is a second goal to already be setting for yourself. That's really when your business, I feel, becomes a business. You're now an Emerald coach. You get a really cool shout out from your upline, so that gives you credibility, and that's really when I feel the magic starts to happen. And again, you can achieve it as quick as you want, and it's just 2 + 2, or as not quick as you want. It is completely up to you. All right. Q&A. Do you guys, I'm going to skip all of this, go through like social media and consistency, and I talk about that in the new coach training group. Do you guys have any questions that you guys would like to ask? Comments, concerns? Everyone's good? Good. Okay, well, thanks for being on. I know that was a lot of information. I forgot to say this. I always said this at the beginning of the call. The cool thing about what we do is that you'll hear all of this over and over from now until the end of time. So there's no need to think you have to rush and know all of this. Like Success Club, you're going to hear it every single day. Emerald, you'll hear over and over again. The new coach training group has more in-depth training of everything that we just went over. So if your brain right now is on fire, just take a deep breath and take a big chug of water, and just know, like, okay, cool. Like, this is just so you can start to think about these things and have it on your mind, but it all will come up again and in more in depth and on your time, so you can sit and take notes and files and get scripts and get examples, and it just all starts to come together. So, but we do want to have this call so that those that are ready, you're just know that you right now, if you wanted to, you can go and start to invite people to do this with us. Let's see. Oh yeah, Jennifer saying thanks so much. Let's do a pick really quick and then I'll let you guys go. Sorry if I sounded like a man. Hope feel better tomorrow. I think I had too much fun in Disney World or Disneyland. Ready, G. And speaking of Disneyland, if you didn't see the post that I shared, that was the first time that I did that. Jen has actually been our first coach, other than me, who'd earned, well, someone else did it way back then, but who's earned that new leader conference in LA. And that trip is free, other than the only thing that you pay is for your flight, but Beachbody puts you in a hotel and you get food there and everything. And I decided to just surprise Jen and tell her, hey, I'm going to go to Disneyland. And it was her 40th birthday, so it just kept all like the stars aligned. It was perfect. But going forward, we're going to do the same thing. So those of you that earned it in 2020, you'll be in the same hotel, you'll be in LA, and it's an amazing event that Beachbody puts together. You get to tour the headquarters, which is in Santa Monica, and if you've never been to LA or Santa Monica or those areas, it's just beautiful. Hopefully you get a little bit more better weather than us, but how to get there so you can start thinking about it, because why not you, right? Like if you're going to dream, right, it takes the same amount of energy to dream small than it does to dream big. So let's dream big. You earn, one-star diamond. Sorry, you get the one-star diamond in your business, and that's how Beachbody invites you. That's why it's called New Leaders. It's for new leaders who are one-star diamond coaches. So it's first emeralds. You're going to get to emeralds like with the next month, if not this month. Then you'll get to diamond, and then one-star diamond. So it's just 3 milestones up, and then boom, you earn that trip, and then we'll go to Disneyland again. That was so much fun. So anyways, thank you all so much for being on this call. Thank you, Jennifer, for helping. You guys have a great night, and I can't wait to see you guys achieving Success Club, changing lives, getting to Emerald, getting to Diamond, at Summit, just all the amazing things, because we're in this together. And if I've been able to do this, Jen has been able to do this. Anyone can. You just have to believe in yourself and get out there and share and invite and out of your comfort zone and strengthening your mindset so you can knock down those limiting beliefs, because I really believe that we are just incredible women and men, if we have us on our team, that we can achieve anything that we want to. It's just going out there and doing it. Good night, ladies. Thanks for being on.